MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And I was looking off, and we were 10 seconds late.
Oh, goodness.
Good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace as we begin your Tuesday. A wet one for parts of Alabama today. Danny did come ashore last night in Georgia. Hilton Head, South Carolina is actually where it come across. Made its way across Georgia, and there's rain. Let's just show where rain is this morning as we look at everything. This is where the rain from Danny, this is where it come in here. It came across, and the rain has made it nearly to the Tuscaloosa area here. Around Bessemer being the heaviest of there. It's light stuff here, but around Birmingham was heavier there. So if you've got to go through Birmingham at any point today, a little bit of rain. Nothing horrible, though. Most of the rain will stay on this eastern side there throughout the day.
I wonder if there's any damage where it came in.
You know, it's been very little talk. Wind gusts of about 35 miles an hour right now.
Okay.
I haven't seen any. There could be, but I haven't seen it. This was not a powerful storm, thank heavens.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, let's go ahead and look at this. There's some other stuff building back there, but nothing serious at this point as we pull up what holds the future out there in the oceans. And now as we see this right here, this is the path that it's going to take. Can later on it become something else? Yeah, it could shoot up between here and come into the Gulf, or it could go up to the East Coast. At this point, this is at a 40% chance of becoming something. Right. Still too early, but there's also already another one building back here that hasn't made it to the map yet. So just keep these things in mind as we head into this deep hurricane season.
Yes.
We're into Danny, and there's several other names to go, isn't it?
That's right. And even more reason to get your generators ready. Because you never know.
Yeah, it is. Make sure. This is one of the worst things. Probably our area. Now, if you're watching from over in Louisiana and on into Texas, watching us this morning, yours may still be sitting in the shed. But locally in the Mississippi area, we've been without power a lot this year. Most generators are working really good.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't know if yours is working or not, get it out. But I can't imagine anybody who don't know if it's working by now, you know.
Yeah, if you're within 200 miles of where we're sitting in Meridian, Mississippi, you have used yours this year.
That's right. And if you don't have one, I hope you can get one soon because they do help you out a whole lot.
And, you know, even if you don't get the type that runs your entire home, if you get the pull start, you really ought to start now because once the first hurricane hits, you will not be able to get one if you don't already own one.
Right.
And, you know, and I know that out-of-pocket expense where you don't have something budgeted is tough, but during emergencies, you pay a whole lot more for something that you need.
Yeah.
As one of our big news stories this morning, you guessed it, guess what's happening?
What?
Gas is going up, y'all.
I can't imagine.
They're saying that there's a shortage of gas because so many Americans are going to the pump. Do I believe that? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff went up or is going up. Everything really is going up. Groceries, I mean, you can see it every time you go to the grocery store. I come home and I'm like, I'll lay everything out on my kitchen table and I'm like, really? Like this costs $200 and something, really?
And a lot of that is based upon the gas prices because of the shipping prices that affix it. And if you read this headline we've got in front of me and you right here, a 7-year high for this 4th of July weekend is how gas prices are going to be just over the top. As you look at this is in California, $4.29 a gallon is what they're paying this morning in California.
Well, wasn't it like in Georgia?
Yeah,
I think it was in Georgia. It was around $4 and something a gallon. Ooh. But you know, like even rental vehicles and stuff. We talked about that the other day. Prices on that has gone up. I hadn't checked it locally, but I'm going off of what I heard for Texas. You know,
you're right.
So I hadn't checked it locally here, but to see maybe if it's changed. But I'm sure everything's going to change.
One time in my life, I got on a big aeroplane. Me and Angie had not been married very long, and I flew to Los Angeles, California. Never in my life had I. That was probably my second or third time flying, and I went out there with a good friend, the guy who wrote Lori Morgan's Dear Me, Scott Mateer. What a great guy. He was a friendly soul. Me and him went out there on a business trip, and we landed in L.A., and I saw things, folks, that would scare you. It ain't Mississippi. And the things that they do in public, I was in shock. Here's a picture of downtown L.A. from yesterday at the gas pumps. Look at this. Here's the button. $5.99 a gallon in Los Angeles, California. Now, it's bad here. We're $2.50, $3. But $5.99 a gallon?
Oh, that's high. That's very
Friends,
high.
where does this stop?
Yeah. And you know, if you live in town and your job is within walking distance in some of these areas, I mean that's great for you because you don't have to drive a whole lot. But like, it's probably 25 minutes to 30 minutes for me to get into town. You know, so
Yeah, and a lot of us do live on the rural route, and you don't have a choice on. There's not a bus that you can grab that's free here. It's just not going to happen. But $6 a gallon.
Yeah.
It don't take long for somebody to figure out something's going on wrong somewhere.
Well, we know everything's going to go up. Let's just hope and pray that it doesn't stay that way. You know, it doesn't become a permanent price.
So where you are, tell us what you're seeing for gas prices. If you're seeing some things that are kind of outrageous, let us know what you're paying there.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. And we've got a lot of stories coming up this morning of things that are going on. Oh, and I wanted to bring this up because we're talking about hot weather and kind of how you think as we go back on today. And I pull this up from my earlier broadcast on the weather. Today in 1988, it was 104 degrees here.
Oh my goodness.
Now the record low was 58 degrees in 1974. But let me tell you, that was hot.
Well, I heard,
104.
yeah, that is hot. But I heard that, I don't know if it was around Washington State or somewhere up around like Oregon or something.
Right.
It's like 108, they said.
Extremely.
I mean, and they're not, I don't think they're used to that kind of a.
They're not. And
temperatures.
I'll pull this up and I'll show this to you. And this will also show you what the temperature is there this morning as we go to radar. This is Oregon right here. This is a heat wave, excessive heat wave. It's 61 right now. Let's just look at what their forecast is. They're expecting 100 today there. And 59 for a low. As you go on up into Washington, Seattle, let's see what's happening in Seattle. They're expecting 92, temperature 66 right now. But they have these heat waves. If you'll look at all of this, even Montana.
Yeah.
Whoa. So I don't want to be out there.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm just ready for the fall. I know it's a while away, but I'm ready.
You ain't getting your wish because we have not. Is it August where you officially get your dog days of summer? Is that when that term comes into effect?
I'm not sure. I know I was pregnant in August with two of my kids. Like I had them September 1st and then September 10th, and it is very, very hot.
I bet you were one grumpy old heifer.
I was miserable. I mean, I was. I got a picture of me sitting like on the foot of the bed, just like looking at whoever was taking the picture of me. Like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't get that camera out of my face. And I was burning up, and I was like 9.5 months pregnant because I was overdue.
What is the best time to avoid that, to become pregnant, to hit the winter months? Is it?
I don't know. I had well,
I guess it'd be March.
Yeah.
9 months would put you in December.
I had my first child was in January, so that was great. You know, I could. It was cold and, you know, it was good. And then I had the September and then one in May and then my last one in September. So
hot days for you ladies who go through that. And I respect y'all because I couldn't handle it. Let's just go ahead and tell it what the truth really is. We got some good mornings to say.
We do.
As people are stirring about.
Good morning to Denise Burnside and good morning from Shucktown, says Debbie Penny.
Denise Covington tuning in from the big city of Collinsville, Mississippi, along with Harvey Cleveland watching this morning.
Miss Joyce Godwin, she's watching and says good morning. And Alicia Fisher, she says good morning too.
Also, Galen Bradshaw watching. Morning to you. And also Donna Sue Pebbles. Good morning from Battlefield. So proud to be an American. Love the red, white, and blue. And yes, I've got some stories about the red, white, and blue that we need to talk about this morning also.
Linda Jane Lunsford, she says good morning from San Antonio. And my son is out there, so, you know.
Yeah. Y'all go to the walk. What is it, the boardwalk?
I think it's hot. Riverwalk, I think.
Riverwalk.
Yeah, the Alamo and the Riverwalk and all that. We'll go see all that. I think they have a SeaWorld out there too. So
the Alamo will kind of surprise you your first time there because you see all the pictures and it looks like it's out alone.
Right.
Not anymore. It's stuff all around it.
Yeah, it was kind of right in the middle of town or something like that when we went at that time. But,
how times have changed since Houston and the gang there.
Yeah.
Sam Bowie.
Good morning to Jan Gunn and Steve and Wanda McKinnon. Happy birthday to Wanda. And they say good morning. So good morning, Miss Wanda.
The lady that you brought up yesterday who had the 100th birthday, they done a little parade for her.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, in the community. That was sweet. And I think she got they were hoping that she'd get 100 cards, and I think she ended up getting like 200 cards in the mail.
Oh, well, that's so good.
That's a blessing.
100 years old. That is, a big milestone right there.
It is.
Yeah.
Judy Cook watching this morning. She says, morning, along with Donna Hawkins. Welcome.
Larry Smith, good morning to you. He's watching from Philadelphia. And Denise Burnside, she says groceries and goods go up because gas prices are going up, like you said.
Yeah.
And she said it is not a gas shortage. It's just a failed administration in Washington, D.C.
I think we all unanimously agree with you.
Yes.
That is so true there.
Yes.
Good morning to Fanny Stovall. Thank you. Galen Bradshaw. PVC went from $21 for a 20-foot section to $1.05 to $6.50, which equals $130 for 20 feet yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
From $21 to $130. Whoa.
That's crazy.
That
is crazy. I don't see how anybody can afford to do anything right now.
And eventually it'll keep climbing to where the government can't print any money, and then we know what happens after that.
Yeah. And okay, say you're going to build a house. And of course, a lot of people have decided not to right now. But even like this with your plumbing. I mean, gosh, we thought it was just lumber.
It's across
everything,
the board.
I think, now. So, goodness,
and
hope
then,
it goes down.
And the shortage of cars because nobody's showing up to work for the local computer chips. And that's why every car lot that you see doesn't have anything on it.
Yeah.
Where is Mr. Trump?
Miss Lita Jo Horn, good morning to you. And Charlene Etheridge, good morning, Charlene.
Miss Ann Cook joins us also. Glad you're here. And Ann Downs McKee is joining us as well.
Barbara Snyder, good morning she says good morning to you too. Good morning to you, Miss Barbara. And let's see, Tammy Fleming says a blessed and good morning. And she made it back from Texas safe, which that is always a blessing. And gas was still under $3 when they left there Sunday.
So, that might not last long. And this is just food for thought. If you need gas, I'd get a little bit before the weekend hits because it will go up. As soon as you hit that Thursday, Friday, as it becomes that 4th of July, that's the excuse to bump it up. So that's coming. Charlotte Gray joins us this morning along with Lillian Glenn. Thank you.
Lynn Joyner Anderson, I'm going to say her this morning. And good morning to you, Lynn. And Jeannie McKay, good morning to you.
Let's see. LaWanda Grantham had one of those summer babies there 44 years ago in the month of June. Christy Belk said non-ethanol gas, $2.90 in downtown Philadelphia, $2.62 for the ethanol gas, the kind that you don't want to run in your lawnmower or your weed eater.
When it say there's a new Twitch watcher, I'm trying to pronounce. It's some odd, I guess, screen names.
Yeah,
Twitch, but. We want to say, you know who we're talking to. We want to say hello to you.
Yeah.
Also, Darla Smithson, good morning to you. And Denise Burnside. Who is that? He's in Mar-a-Lago.
She's got to talk about Trump is where he's at.
Oh, yeah. Why did I know that? Goodness.
You've heard that term before.
Yeah.
Snuck up on you and caught you there. Also, Harvey Cleveland watching, and Rick Joyner joins us this morning. Thank you for watching. We do appreciate that. As we begin this day, it is a beautiful day, Tuesday, as we head toward the weekend. Let's talk about our friends at Snowden & Company. She was in with us last week, and she talked about, housing. If you're getting ready to buy and are getting ready to sell, talk to them. They're professionals that can guide you through this experience. And there is so many things that you don't realize when either buying or selling, getting the most for your home and making sure that you got all your I's and T's crossed and all of that dotted. I kind of said that backwards, but but that's what they're there for you. They do it every day and know what to do. If you're looking to sell, demand is high right now and inventory is low. Talk to them, let the pros handle this for you, and they'll display this and get it on the market for you. Professional quality photos, skill negotiations, they're really good at this, and they're hands-on throughout the entire process. She'll be glad to talk to you about any of this. Now, Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba, Clark counties, this is where they work in, and they know the markets, and they handle it very well. SnowdenRealEstate.com is the number, is what you go to online to look at them. You can call them at 453-3937 or drop in at Poplar Springs. Visit with them. They'll talk to you. Handle it all from there. Certified real estate negotiating expert. See Amanda. She's really great at it, and they celebrated their 3rd anniversary this week.
Okay.
So see them. That's all at Snowden & Company Real Estate. See her today for your next home, buying or selling. They've got it all for you there.
These days, everyone calls me Grandpa, even my son. I couldn't imagine missing out on watching these kids grow up. It's the greatest joy in my life. It was a Saturday after my granddaughter's 4th birthday party when a semi-truck hit me. I had to survive. I promised the little girl I was going to read her a story the next time I saw her. My son called Richard Schwartz. He helped me every step of the way and got me the money we deserve.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Schwartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
From Beaumont, Texas, we welcome Ray Gafford watching this morning. And that's the neat thing about this. If you're watching this on television for the first time, you can see this all over the world. You can see it on YouTube or Twitch or on YouTube or Facebook. I may have gotten all that kind of.
Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch for the social media sites.
I need a little direction this morning. I'm confused.
It's okay.
And you know what the problem is? I think it is, and this was a boo-boo. And it's a miracle something didn't happen to me. But Friday, I walked by, I had never been on medicine in my life, and it has been the hardest thing to remember to take those little pills that they gave me after I had that heart attack.
Yeah.
So Angie bought me this blue thing.
A pill box.
Right, and it's the days of the week. I'm
what
sure
I wish my husband would use. Because he always, did I take my blood pressure medicine? Did you see me in here taking it?
And I can't even remember.
If you took it. Don't take it again.
Yeah.
Just leave it off till in the morning.
So Friday I passed by and I thought, I took my medicine. And it showed that my Friday medicine was still there. So I popped it open and I took it. Saturday morning, I went to that same little thing, popped it open, took it. Sunday, I go by it and I look at them. I think, my pills don't really look like this. And I've been taking some medicine that wasn't mine in the same pill bottle. And so.
Whose was it?
It was some old stuff of Angie's that she didn't throw away or something. She had switched. And I don't know what, honestly, I may be have hormonal issues here in a minute.
Goodness.
So then I get back to my little bottle there, and this happened yesterday. I take Mondays, and then last night I walked by and I thought, I didn't take today's medicine. So I took today's last night. But I'm all confused. I don't need to take medicine because I'm not good at it.
Well, do you take, I know with my husband, he had a morning medicine and he had some nighttime.
I got some of that and I decided I only really wanted to take the morning.
Okay. So I got 2 different colors, one for the morning, one for the night.
Well, that's smart.
Right. And he used it for a while, and now, I don't think he uses it like he ought to now.
But I can sit it in front of the coffee machine and think, I'm going to take that in a second, and I walk off.
Yeah.
And I don't remember to do it. And
I forget stuff all the time now. I'm really getting concerned about myself.
But this comes from the man who gives his mama her medicine twice a day. I feed her twice a day to make sure, and then I can't even remember to take my own.
Oh, Lord. Well.
Hello.
Put it right by the coffee pot.
Well, that doesn't work. I've tried that.
Oh, it doesn't.
I can hold it in my hand and then get sidetracked and forget it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my answer is for me taking medicine.
Put it in your pocket.
Maybe that's it, that big pill bottle. How could you lose
Put it in little, the little snack bags. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. The little snack Ziploc bags. Put each day in that, and then just pull it out of the pocket and put it in your pocket. And that way, if you forget to take it in the morning, you got it in your pocket for the full day.
That may work.
Just try it. I don't know.
So there's got to be a solution, and that is one of them there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bill Reinhardt is watching, says he loves the show. He moved to DeKalb last November from DeSoto County, learning how to get around here. But I do love the area, and it's helped me find out where things are. Have a great day. And, Bill, I grew up in Kemper County. We no longer have a red light, so you do not have to worry about running a red light anywhere in Kemper County. There is one, and I'm not sure that, they took the blinking light from Scuba, Mississippi, and there was rumor there on the hill by the old Ford dealership that has come up missing.
Really?
Yeah, I remember on Saturday nights you'd pull up to that hill. There's only one in the cab, and somebody would go dump motor oil on it, and you'd try to take off at the blinking light, and
Lord.
you'd sit there and spin. It was all shenanigans in the cab many years ago. So, are you having trouble? Our next subject that I wanted to bring up is diets. They're tough.
Yeah.
And we all cheat if you get on one. Because that little Debbie man never fails to deliver it out to the Piggly Wiggly, and you just got to buy a little Debbie snack cake.
Well, I always intend on like, oh, I'm going to eat a salad or I'm going to eat, you know, something that's really good for me. And then I get in a hurry and then you run through the drive-thru real quick. Because
Yeah.
that's the only time you got, you know, that's my issue too, a lot of times.
I had gone like 5 or 6 days without having a little Debbie, and I ate one the other night, and it was too rich for me. And I got, as the old saying, I got high as a Georgia pine because it was too much sugar at once.
I mean, I mean, you can eat too much sugar. I know used to, if I ate a candy bar and drank a Coke, it'd make me like lightheaded.
Yeah.
Because,
Jump up and do it. But if you're one of those, they've come up with something new, and I thought I would share this with you this morning.
And I've
If
joked about this.
Oh, you
many
have?
times. I have joked about this. Like, you know, I've said, well, I guess the only way I'm going to lose weight is to do this, you know.
But they have come up with a way, if you just can't control yourself, to stop you from eating. And here is a picture of this. I don't know if I want to do this, but it's a weight loss device where they wire your mouth shut. Now, they give you a key in case of emergency
I'd
to
lose
open
my
your
key.
mouth up.
I forget where my key was.
I just, You can only have liquids.
Now, okay, this is my next question. Like, where are you going to fit a straw?
Well, I guess you put it in your lip, and then
Is
the
there
liquid
like a little spring on that kind of
it goes
lets
through
it
your-
open just a little
goes
bit?
through your teeth. Anything that you're drinking, that liquid would go through your teeth into your mouth.
I mean, but
But I can only think of the worst of like a pandemic hit and you lose the key and then you can't eat.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
sir.
Lord.
That is not for me. But if you are challenged and want to really stop eating, that will do it for you. You can give the key to your spouse and say, don't give it back to me. Can you imagine the fight there would be over that?
yeah. I mean, somewhere, someday, somebody is going to be found dead in their home
Because of that.
that lives alone and nobody checks on them. And they're going to be like, what happened to her?
Yeah.
Well, she lost her key. And she couldn't come. She lost her phone and she lost her key. And
I just
couldn't leave the house.
could not imagine.
Goodness.
So we wish everyone luck that wants to jump on out there and try that type of diet. It is not for me whatsoever.
Me either, but I definitely need to do something. I need to lose a little bit.
I'm a little overweight from what I used to be, but I have determined I'm happy. It's all going to be okay. There's worse things in life that can happen than having a few pounds on.
I've gained enough that I just feel sluggish when I'm trying to walk around. I'm tired.
Like you need to take a little break as you go to
I'm
the
carrying
mailbox.
too much around. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get you one of them walkers like my mama's got, to where you go to the mailbox, you can sit down on it and rest a little bit.
Don't offer it. I might be used to it.
Are you one of
Might take you
those
up on
that
it.
up in the department store gets that little motorized thing?
No, but I will be one day. I ain't gonna hobble through the store if I don't have to. I'm gonna get on one of them things and just look out.
It will get you there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, but now there are some people who don't know how to drive them, and
They'll
I
run over
think
you?
there should be a little bit of a little mini lesson before you put somebody on one. You know what
Right.
I think? Yeah, because you will knock some stuff down with one of those things. I've seen it happen.
Or you could, and I say this in jest because he was a real good friend of mine, and there's a lot of people that knew him from Eddie Smith from WMOX. Eddie had the policy of, I'm going to drive up to the front door of your business, and I'm going to lay into the horn till you come out and see what I want. He was hilarious. There was not a restaurant that didn't know that Eddie, when he pulled up, he'd lay into it. They'd come out and bring his food to him.
Oh goodness.
That's another way of doing it.
Yeah, I wonder if I think he parked right behind me one time at News Restaurant, and I couldn't get. There's no way I could get out.
So he had you blocked.
And I said, I can't get out. Well, move it then.
That'd be Eddie.
I said, oh, okay. So I think one of my friends that I knew was at News at the same time, and he got his keys and he did move it for me.
That would be
But,
Eddie.
Lord, I was like, well, my goodness.
Judy Cook says that she's fat and sassy and she's okay with it. I think there's a lot of us that agree with that.
Milton Zabel said the little contraption won't work with dentures.
Oh, it won't?
No, I mean, I guess it would.
yeah. You take your dentures out. A good point.
Hey,
too.
you know what? You could probably take them all out at one time.
You can't chew nothing.
Yeah, you can't chew anything. You can gum it.
Yeah. She's a gummer. That happens, and you live long enough, you will have some dentures. I'm just here to tell you.
Yeah.
That is coming. Or you go pay the $100,000 for the screw-in teeth.
Oh, gosh. That looks painful to me.
I hear it is.
I mean, that looks like it would be very painful.
See, Christy Belk said that her husband has a hillbilly diet pill given to him as a gag gift. It's a round piece of wood. It says, hold firmly between lips until weight is attained. That's cute. Terry Shelton, thank you for joining us also. Let's go back in time today and look and see what happened on this date. Who doesn't remember this guy from every Western that ever came about? He was even in Blazing Saddles and many Westerns. You'll recognize his face. Slim Pickens was born on this date back in 1919. One of my favorite characters there. Always had a smile.
Yeah.
Also, let's see here. Do you remember this song, The Locomotion?
I do.
It was, little Eva. She was born in 1943 on this date. And that was, I want to say somebody re-recorded that during the 70s also. But that was a big hit.
It was. It was a really big hit.
Let's see here. Also, Gary Busey. Anybody remember him?
I do.
Yeah, he was.
Is he still alive?
He is. He looks kind of rough. The last
does he?
photo shoot at the police station that I saw, he was rough looking there. 1944, he was born. And, of course, 48 Hours, he was really good in that with Eddie Murphy.
He was. Those. There was more than one 48 Hours, right? Or was it just the one?
Yeah,
movie?
it was 2 or 3 of them.
Okay, I can't
Another
remember.
48 Hours.
Okay,
and-
yeah. Because I always liked it. I like action-filled movies like that. And it was a little humor to
Yeah.
it, too. So.
Now, if you remember, and you have to really strain on this, when he first started out, he played Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly movie. And you have to look at it because he was so much skinnier back then, as we were just talking about it. But he did play Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly story.
I did not know that. I didn't know that.
Several other movies, but I'll have to think on them. This was a sad day, and this happened, I believe the wreck was in Mississippi. She was on her way from Biloxi to New Orleans and had a wreck, and we lost her, Jane Mansfield, and she was a beautiful woman. I think most people will remember that from her, but this is a picture of the car wreck that happened. She was a passenger in the car. Somebody was driving her, head-on collision as she left there, and she was killed immediately. And I didn't want to show any other pictures than that, but she was it on a stick. She'd been performing in Biloxi and was headed to do another show.
She kind of reminds me
I know where
like
you're going.
Marilyn Monroe
Yeah.
or either Anna Nicole Smith. Like
Both.
something about, just kind of a mixture of those.
She was very. Let me think of the word.
This is a very odd looking picture, though, in the swimsuit. The rib thing. or
Yeah, she had her
something.
gut sucked in.
I don't know. It looks kind of.
There was many pictures to choose from of her out there, but she was
She's pretty, though.
she was well. What's the word I'm trying to think of? She's curvy. Yeah, that's the word I'll use. So you didn't want to comment on that. I'll leave that alone.
I try to stay away from
1968, we woke up to the #1 song in America, and it's still today. It's talked about, and she spelled it out so the kids couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Tammy Wynette and DIVORCE, which
become final today.
it did.
Yeah.
And of course, all of that was a huge hit after her and George departed their company there.
Yeah.
And Till I Can Make It on My Own. Ooh, what a song. But the first lady of country music is what she was known as, rather.
Yes.
I doubt I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that there's no way that Candace would remember this song.
I do remember the song. I do. When you're hot, you're hot.
Oh, my
And when you're not,
gosh.
you're not.
Jerry Reed had the #1 song in 1971.
Yeah. I do remember this. I like Jerry Reed.
He was
I always
good.
liked listening to his music because he's funny. I mean, just
Yeah.
everything he sings is funny. We were listening to one of his songs not long ago in the car, and I had Alden listening to. I mean, it was just,
Yeah.
of course, he's so fast with his words and stuff.
Hey, Judge, old buddy, old pal of mine, how about letting me out? And he still goes to jail at the end of the song anyway. But that was a clever song. And, of course, Lord, Mr. Ford, what have you done? Back when cars were $3,000 and he figured out the car cost him $20,000 with interest. Okay, somebody add up who's just bought a Tahoe at $75,000 and tell me what that cost you.
Yeah.
Oof.
You could buy a home, a small one, but
My first house was $30,000.
I know. I
You
mean,
ain't going to get that no more.
you can't.
Now, there's nothing worse than maybe telling a fib to your wife. I guess the second thing would be that, well, your wife gets introduced to your girlfriend that day. And on this date, it happened. Lionel Richie's wife was arrested. That would be right after she caught him maybe in a hotel room or somewhere with someone else. And she commenced to whooping him.
That would be me, probably. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Get the bail money ready. That's what I'd say.
She got out on $5,000 bail a little bit later, and the charges were eventually dropped because I'm sure she won a whole lot of money in divorce court.
Yeah. I'm sure she did. That kind of disappoints me, though, about Lionel Richie.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Golly.
And
I thought he was a straight-laced dude.
To the same person, but he has not. He's been married 2 or 3 times. I didn't know that. Say you, say me. What was that? You're 3 times a lady and all that?
Yeah.
He had 3 ladies, it looks like. But she took it
One
pretty
at a
serious
time,
there.
but 3 times a lady.
Yeah. And on this date back in 2003, and I remember her more, and this is a younger picture of her. Katharine Hepburn passed away at the age of 96. I remember her after the stroke where she couldn't get it out and was on Golden Pond, if y'all remember that.
I thought she had Parkinson's, but maybe not.
She did have a stroke, but that could have...
Yeah. But she was a good actress, though. Very good actress. And I remember that movie on Golden Pond. Of course, it had Jane Fonda in it, too. Didn't it have their son in it also?
That, I don't know. I just remember Henry and him in a fishing boat, and I don't remember the whole plot of it. Was it about retirement or something?
Yeah, it was like they grew up on Golden Pond, and, I think, if I can remember right, they went to Golden Pond from family stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen it once. I
need to watch that again.
It was moons ago, but it won every kind of award that you can think of back in the day. So that kind of goes over what happened on this date back in the day there. Interesting stuff there. Well, I thought
she was 96 when she passed away.
Yeah, but young, and wasn't she? Wasn't very old at all. Our next thing that I wanted to bring up is as good news continues here. And let me show you a picture here. This is our friend from Mississippi State as we pull up Buddy. If you'll notice there, you're starting to see some pink skin, and they're saying that possibly Buddy is going to make it out of the hospital by early August. Now, it has not been determined who will get to adopt Buddy, but he will most likely be housed with his best friend that he's still being kept too.
Now, when he had his bandages off, I noticed it was still that, like, I don't know.
It looks like matted hair.
Right. And his eyes looked like they were, like, maybe fused shut. I don't know. I wonder if that's going to change. I don't know. They think he'll be able to
hope he'll
see.
be able to see. They think he will.
Okay.
Nothing's 100%, but they're hoping he will.
I hope he will.
So y'all keep old Buddy in your prayers.
Yes.
He's a dog, but boy, I tell you, boy, that dog is loved by so many Americans across the United States.
Aren't they they're gonna do some kind of a law though, right? We did that.
It's not effective, but there's a senator being pressed to present Buddy law to where it would be illegal, and I got that somewhere on my page.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that real quick here.
To abuse animals and stuff like that. I mean, I just think that's awful when people do stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it is. I
know this was a kid that did this, but still, it's not excusable. I mean,
no, not at all.
Because, like I said, a child that does something like this will become adults.
Right.
They do.
Here's the story of that. Animal rights activists are urging the senator here to push this law in Mississippi. And I put it out there and I asked, do you agree with it? Lots of comments on it. And everybody was saying, yes, they feel like this should be done no matter the age, that you should be held accountable for your actions. And I agree.
Yeah. Whole thing. That isn't an animal's life. I mean, that's torture.
It is.
That is like torturing an animal. I mean, it's horrible.
And you imagine that poor dog doesn't know why he's been in the dark for the last few months, walking around with bandages. He has no clue. And they depend upon you. That's what they're there for.
Yes.
Man's best friend. And we do hope he gets better. I really do. That story has bothered me more than any that I've seen in a long time.
Right, and like the pink skin that you mentioned on around his nose area, hopefully that will slough off on his eyes too, like you were saying. So I hope he'll make a full recovery and be playful and stuff.
I know in some of the other stories I read where they were still kind of unsure if the fur would grow back fully in those areas. It's just going to take time.
Right.
But that poor dog has been in there for months now.
Yes.
And but Mississippi State has done an outstanding job, and we give them a salute for doing all
Yeah,
that.
they really do. I mean, they have a great facility up there because I know even Dr. Calvert, I think that's where he went to school, from DeKalb,
Right.
the veterinarian. And we've used him for years, for our veterinarian stuff. And I know at one point he was like, if he didn't understand what was going on, he would take he'd go to Mississippi State with it. So
Right. There's a lot of comments coming in now about that kids should not be punished for harming an animal. Kid or not, he should be punished. Angela Dunnigan, what'd she say about she got a puppy?
they rescued a puppy a couple weeks ago and a kitten yesterday. Folks dumping animals off on the side of the road, and she says yes to the buddy law thing. So,
and Debbie Penny pointed out, if you treat an animal bad, you're going to treat a human bad too. And I agree with that. That really defines who you are.
Terry Shelton said our sound went off.
I show everything.
Is it
working.
back now? Is it back now? Give us a thumbs up or tell us.
I show everything's working.
It's frozen on TV. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know what become of that. What caused that?
Can y'all let us know when it comes back on?
Okay. So maybe they need to do.
It's not working on TV.
Okay. So maybe they will fix that quickly. We hope so.
Yeah.
Several ways to correct that. All right. We'll get back to that as we continue this morning. Audio seems fine. Somebody from Twitch is still work there. Television is frozen. All right. Let me, if you'll say something there.
Buffering on TV. It's buffering on TV. It's okay on Facebook, they say. When it comes back on TV, if it's coming back, y'all just give us a thumbs up. Say TV with a thumbs up or whatever. Just let us know. Because we don't really have a way of knowing on that end.
Yeah, I'm going to change that there. I'm going to put I'll put another monitor in the studio to where we can watch that, and we just sent a text to control room for them to work on that. Thank y'all.
Yes.
Let's see some other things that are going on this morning here as we move to, and I don't know what to say about this. Is the first time in America that I've seen this happen, and there's no other way to word it than what it is. Miss Nevada is a transgender person. And I don't know enough about the differences in between Miss America and Miss USA, but whatever the title is goes to Miss USA, I think, and not Miss America. But does that not cut out? We have all these. Is it right? Let me just say it.
I don't like it. I think it's crazy. I'm sick of it. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. I don't agree with it in sports. I mean, if you're a man and you want to say you're a woman, DNA wise, you're still a man. You should stay in the man's sports. If they don't like you over there dressing up like a woman, well, that's tough. Do it over there if you want to do it.
No.
I don't think you should cross the line and come into the women's because it's not fair. It's not a fair competition when you do that. And I don't know about this pageant stuff. I mean, I can't imagine what the other girls, some of them might embrace it. We're frozen now here.
Yeah, I don't know what caused that. It's back now.
That's a frozen. Some of them might be okay with it. The other, ladies, but
Here's a picture of Miss Nevada here as we pull this up, and that's what she looks like there. That's Miss Nevada, and that comes from Instagram, her account. So we'll see where that story leads. Which brings us to the next story of the Supreme Court made a ruling on this, and this is probably going to affect this in so many ways. It was a transgender student that was born a female that wanted to use the men's restroom. Let me word it that way. The person was told they could not use the men's restroom. They sued the school, and the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the student this week.
yeah.
So that may set the bar for what is coming.
Why don't they make a transgender restroom?
There you go.
Solve the problem for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that way you're not stepping on anybody else's toes. You've got your own restroom to use. I mean, because you're making I'm gonna just say, if I'm in the restroom and my child is in the restroom, or if my daughter was in the women's restroom, a man comes walking up in there, it's gonna make you uncomfortable. I don't care if they're dressed like a woman. You don't know what their intentions are. You don't. This day and time, you don't know what anybody's intentions are.
No, you do not.
I don't care if it's a woman in there. You have to. I mean, you have to watch your back at all times now. People have lost their minds. I'm just saying, I don't want to send my son in the men's restroom by himself. I don't trust people.
Yeah.
And so I definitely don't want a man up in the women's restroom while I'm trying to use the restroom or my daughter's trying to use the restroom. I don't think, put a transgender restroom.
That would solve the issue, period.
It really would, and I don't know. Just why don't they do that? I don't understand. It's because it's just like people like chaos, I guess.
And and we're going to see so much more with the Supreme Court getting involved. That kind of sets the pace of it. Now, here's the next thing that has to be talked about this morning. Like it or not, we had somebody that represented the United States of America in an Olympic game. It was hammer throwing or something, which I know nothing about. But during the ceremony, she turned her back on the American flag. Most Americans said, she ought to be taken out. That's not right.
Right.
Have you seen the press release from the White House?
Well, even I listened to what Jen Psaki, the press conference, or the White House press secretary, or whatever she is, her title. I watched her reaction and her comment, and it was just like, people have the, in this country, things have not always been done right. Anyway, excusing it pretty much. Being excusing, to what the lady did, and
but
I don't agree with it.
Biden supports it. And again, that's the president of the United States, just bar none out of anybody else. He is saying it's okay to turn your back on the flag of the United States. I do not agree with that.
I don't agree with it either. I think if you want to be disrespectful, you don't need to be standing up there representing the USA. If you don't want to be respectful of the flag and the national anthem being played, if you don't like all that, why are you there? I mean, you're there to cause chaos and to prove a point, that you can get your way, pretty much is what you. So my thing is, if you're watching the Olympics, if you're there in the audience and you don't like what's going on, get up and walk out. When they go to honor her, get up and walk out. Don't be a part of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, it makes me not want to watch, and I hate that because it ruins it for the people who are there for the right reasons and respectful. You know what I'm saying?
But I never imagined, no matter what went on in our country, that a sitting president would say it's okay to turn your back on the flag. I never expected that.
Well,
but that's out there, and we thought you ought to know what's going on with that.
I've said it 100 times. I mean, I know. I don't feel like this man is in his right mind anyway.
There's a lot of folks that agree with you. I really
don't think he is. And I believe that he just kind of is doing whatever people tell him to do. I mean, I might be wrong, but everybody that they've got in that little group administration, I mean, I don't see any of them being respectful of really anything in America.
I think we all agree he would be a great greeter at Walmart. I think he would. I mean, he'd speak to everybody, be happy, but leading a nation, we're worried at this point.
The whole thing is a disgrace to me. And I say that even if I had not voted for Trump, even if that hadn't even been in play,
right?
Whoever, I know the man won the election. I know he's president, but it is a disgrace. It is an embarrassment to this country, how things are going right now. We look like idiots to other countries right now. And we look like you might as well put a big old X on us as a big target, because they're looking over here going, can you believe this mess?
You want to tell us how you really feel?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying it's ridiculous.
It is. But and a lot of comments on that. And we'll get back to comments in just a moment. If you've got a thought on what we've talked about, post that on Facebook or YouTube. We'd love to hear from you, and Twitch as well. As we turn to talk about groceries, we're talking about Joe and the Piggly Wiggly, the good staff out here, as we get ready for the 4th of July, if you're not already stocked up. Now, these prices are good through the end of today. Brand new prices coming out tomorrow at the Pig. Cantaloupes, you can get peaches $1.79 a pound. Corn, they're great on a grill. That is perfect. You've never done that, put butter and put that on top of one. Lettuce, if you need some of that, $1.39 a head. Along with cucumbers, 2 for $2. And you can also get barbecue sauce, $1 there. The Piggly Wiggly brand. I like those. 18-ounce bottle, ranch dressing for if you're going to be having steaks. Whatever the case is, ketchup. Also a great price there on mustard. 89 cents for that 14-ounce jug there. If you're into cooking this weekend, and I'm sure you will be, Sweet Baby Ray's, 2 for $3. And, of course, ice cream. And if you need Star-Kissed tuna, 79 cents. And take advantage of sugar. Steaks, $12.99 for the strip steaks, New York. And also those center-cut pork chops, $2.29 a pound. If you're looking for chuck roast, they've got that, along with great Coca-Cola products. You'll find this and so much more at our friend's place there. Joe, out at the Piggly Wiggly, a great meal. Also, if you're looking for a plate lunch, they got that for you also.
Yeah, it is really good. You have a lot to choose from.
And affordable.
It is.
See them there. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, they're there to help you.
When a semi-truck hit me, I had to survive. I promised the little girl I was going to read her a story the next time I saw her. My son called Richard Schwartz. He helped me every step of the way and got me the money we deserve.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back. As we go back to talk about our friend Tiffany. Tiffany's got a lot going on, and she just got in some new stuff yesterday afternoon.
That's right. If you're looking for something for yourself or even a gift for someone else, you need to check out Tiffany Blue Decor Boutique. It's located in the Atrium Mall on Highway 493 Meridian, and that's in North Hills area. She has just about anything you can think of. I mean, she's got these cool little cute graphic tees that have like rock and roll stuff on.
Yeah.
Just cute little things like Blondie and AC/DC, stuff like that. But just go check it out if you're looking for little t-shirts to wear around. And graphic tees are real popular right now.
Right.
They really are.
And the new shipment of all the Yellowstone stuff just came in. You can be my ranch hand any day, Rip. And then here's some more of these here. That is really popular this year, is all these Yellowstone shirts.
It really is. I mean, that's the key. That's the big movie, or not movie, but show on
TV
right
show,
now.
yeah.
It's kind of like Dallas was years ago.
Beth Dutton, State of Mind. That's pretty good.
That's cute, yeah. But anyway, you can find all these graphic tees in the AC/DC. If you're looking for artwork for your home, or I mean, even for your business, she has some original artwork along with some modern artwork that she has in there. Cute little plush slippers and stuff, and the bathrobes that match.
If you don't want to get up and do anything all day, this is the perfect way to dress.
That's right.
And of course, anything at the pool, she's got that lined up for you. And back to some of these portraits and things that they have there for your wall, and knickknacks and lamps. See her today. This is Tiffany. You'll find her at the Atrium Mall up in North Hills area there.
That's right.
493. See her today. She'll make you a bargain there, and something you can't live without.
It's also, if you'll mention, or if you'll go to Facebook and check in, you get 10% off at the register also.
No, we had someone mention that off of Twitch, that the average business owner does not want to build another bathroom for 1% of Americans. 1% of that identifies as they don't know which bathroom to go to. And I see that point also.
Well, my thing is, I know that's, you probably don't want to do that, but do you want to either do that, or do you want to put up with the chaos that's going to go on? Because, you're going to have these people to come in there, they're going to make people uncomfortable. It's going to be some words, I'm just going to say.
But with the taxes and things that are going up on the small business owner, do you have the money to meet all of these different regulations and things that are happening nowadays? I understand
that maybe small businesses would have a hard time doing that. I totally understand that. I don't expect, I guess, I mean, it'd be great if everybody could, but obviously you can't, but the big corporations, like Walmart's, it's not Walmart's with the S, but I mean, the Walmart's out there is what I'm trying to say, because I know some people will put that S on there.
Yeah.
But like big corporations who probably could afford to do that, probably should go ahead and do that.
Teresa LaBeach said that there are some places that have a bathroom marked other. There for a while, they had these bathrooms that were there to take, and Lord, be careful how I'm saying this, where you could take the child in, the diaper thing there.
A changing table.
Yeah, changing table. And I guess any sex could use that. Am I right? Whether it was the dad that had the child. Or...
Yeah, because I used to go there to change, like, it was in the mall. I think there was it was a room. It wasn't a restroom. It was just a changing room.
Right.
For like babies. I know a lot of women who breastfed would go in there and breastfeed their baby, So, anyway.
That's something to think on, though.
Right.
Now, something more uplifting and more fun that is happening in America now. And if you are a treasure hunter, can we have your attention? Two old boys in Utah have taken $10,000 and buried it somewhere, and they were offering it up to you to find it. They did this earlier this year. They put up $5,000, and it was found 4 days later. Now, this time they say it is not on any private land, so don't go on anybody's place tearing it up. Right. If you would like to know more, let me find the website down here of where this is. It's got a name here. You can go to UtahTreasureHunt.com. Google that, pull that up, and $10,000. And this is a picture, let's see here, of what is, here's a picture of the money that they have buried. There it is. That's what is buried. They've got a little silver mixed in with it, but those are fun.
Oh, yeah, that would be neat. I think that would be fun to have a little treasure hunt thing.
Yeah. So neat. $10,000, if you're up for that kind of challenge, look that up. Maybe take a couple of days and go out to Utah and see if you can figure it out. Beat somebody else.
Yeah. Or if you're watching, and you could be watching from Utah, watching us today, you need to check into that.
Now, I would not be the one that's smart enough to write the clues to keep people at bay for. I'd give it away in no time flat.
I probably would too.
So.
Yeah, Scotty Ray gave our trivia question away the other day.
See? Don't leave it in the hands of me. It just slipped out of nowhere. Let's see here. Other things that are happening this morning across. I don't know what. Do you remember the incident that happened in New York City to where the gentleman was walking by and was just hit by a stray bullet?
No, I don't remember that.
Broad daylight, New York City, in Times Square, a 21-year-old was shot. Well, it turns out he was a Marine. Then you dig deeper into this, his father-in-law is the head of counterterrorism. He's the chief over that. Now, that makes me go, I wonder if that really was an accident.
Oh.
Things like that can be sent as a message to somebody. If you don't do what we want, we'll show. That's just thoughts.
Let's hope that ain't the case.
I'm just saying that.
I say ain't. I know I've got to get out of doing that.
I'm just saying that is peculiar, is all I'm saying. I'm not accusing anybody of anything or anything weird, but
let's hope that's not the case.
A lot of things going behind the scenes that you just don't know about.
Nowadays, though, I would not put anything past anybody. I really wouldn't,
As we bring Joe back up one more time, he's the guy up at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue this week. There is lots of talk to where they're considering blocking Biden and other Democrats from receiving communion because of their stance on abortion. And I agree with them on this, that the bishops could block him.
They can do that. I mean,
because he supports, at the end of the day, no matter how you slice it,
right,
the killing of children. And that's what that is.
Well, I mean, didn't we have a while back, it was a story about a church that banned one of the people that went to the church, because of their lifestyle. They asked them not to come back.
Yeah, they sure did.
It was something going on. I don't know. I mean, that's their prerogative, I guess, if they're private owned.
But it would be very hard for the church to give communion for somebody supporting something that they are totally against. And the Bible says don't do that.
Right.
So that's in the work. The Secretary of State's meeting with Pope Francis this week also is one of the things there. Tucker Carlson is one of those that is very outspoken. I hadn't watched Tucker in 3 to 4 weeks now, but he is saying that the Biden administration is spying on him. That they're doing everything they can to take him off of the air to where he won't tell the truth.
Well, he speaks out about racism and a lot of different things. He speaks out about it. He pretty much tells it like it is. He doesn't, it's no holds barred, And a lot of people want to silence people who speak their mind. And,
right.
We do have that thing called freedom of speech. It does still exist, even though a lot of people want to put a blanket over it and act like it doesn't exist. It does.
But Tucker says it's happening. They're monitoring all of his communication. When you say that, that means any telephone call that they're recording. Right. Of course, we all know that every American, and if you're hiding behind a rock, they do record every phone conversation that you have. It's on tape. Words trigger off if they do anything with it, but they are highly monitoring him. And of course, that would probably be anybody that's in his circle that handles his business, setting up interviews and anything for his radio part as well. Right. So,
well, I mean, personally, I don't think it's going to make a difference to him. I think he's still going to speak his mind.
Right, he is.
And I believe that even if, like, say something happened and he was taken off the air, somebody will pick him up.
Oh yeah, he'd end up on
It's
another
not
network.
like, you're going to totally silence the man.
And this is how it is in America. If you lie and you want to flip the coin and make somebody else, you start telling a lie until other people believe it. And this Jan, what's her name?
Jen Psaki.
Yeah, she's now saying that it is Republicans' fault that police have been defunded in America. And I go, wait a minute, that wasn't who done that. Who voted these city councils to take it away. She was saying it now because they didn't fund one of Joe's programs, that they're the ones that are causing the police to be funded. No, it's not. America, wake up.
Yeah.
They voted to defund on city councils in these large cities. We know how it happened. Don't believe everything you see and read in these cities.
Well, we didn't start having a downhill train wreck until they went into administration.
Ooh, boy.
Okay, and now it is like 100 miles an hour downhill, like everything's going south.
Right.
I mean, in a hurry. I just want to encourage anybody who has a voice and you don't believe in what's going on and you don't like what's going on, stand up, speak your mind, and have a voice. Don't back down.
Denise Burnside said that they're watching Tucker there to find, surveillancing him to find out who he's talking to track down people that give him information. And a good point there. So keep that in mind. As we talk about your plumbing, well, everybody's got a little plumbing, and we're real proud to have it. But every now and then, it doesn't work correctly. And Masterflow Plumbing is there for you from Hattiesburg all the way to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And we've got a lot of people that watch from these areas here. If you've got a home and there's a problem underneath it, don't worry, because a lot of people think, oh my gosh, it's under the house and there's nothing I can do. Well, they can. They can tunnel under it, fix it. Fix those problems there. Whether it's a water line, sewer line all the way to the road, a broken pipe that is busted through the years, whether a tree done it or a truck drove over it. Here's a water line that got replaced all the way to the road there. This is underneath the home, and we've talked about this several times. These rusted pipes, you see that?
Yes.
That will happen there, and the next thing you know, this is what you got inside your home. And then that wouldn't be good to stand in water and be near an electrical outlet.
No, it would be awful.
Call them. They'll come out and get on that quick. If it's just as simple as replacing a water handle in a shower or a faucet, they can do that for you. Doing your pipes, $125 flat fee, no charge to come to your home, and they'll guarantee it for 60 days. And that's a guarantee.
That's good.
Yeah. Water heaters, they even do commodes replacing and doing tile. If you need a tile job done, talk to them about it. This is a shower that they've done. We're getting some more pictures of some more that they've done. They'll help you. Masterflow Plumbing, licensed and insured, been doing it for 36 years. And what do?
They say if your drains don't work, they do. Always.
There you go. See them today. Masterflow Plumbing. They'll take care of you.
My dad was a farmer. My granddaddy, too. I was always pretty proud of that. When my truck was hit by a company vehicle, I thought I was going to have to sell the farm. Thanks to Richard Schwartz, I didn't have to.
I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
Well, we just found out something by reading our comments.
Well, I was thinking this morning, I rewatch the shows sometimes, and I throw the word ain't out there a whole lot. I sound probably like I'm uneducated, and that's not the case, I promise you.
We just love the word.
Yeah, I do, but I use it. I mean, it's just, and so a while ago I corrected myself. I said I need to quit saying that. But I was pointed out that ain't is in the dictionary. And then somebody said, ain't nothing wrong with ain't. It's a Southern thing. Be proud. I'm very proud to be Southern. I really am.
Yeah.
That's one thing I am. But I mean, I have in the past had a lot of people kind of make fun because I do have that really Southern accent, but I'm proud of it. But, that's just me. So.
We're tickled over it. And it's one of those, it's kind of like dieting. If you try not to say the word ain't, you're going to end up saying it more.
I just can't be proper like sounding. It's just not me.
It's okay.
That's okay.
I think we all kind of talk the same that watch this.
Yeah.
And if you don't talk like us yet, we're going to rub off on you.
Yeah, we will.
That's
Ain't
coming.
nothing but a thing.
Let's see. Miami University has lost a professor. He was 52 years young. He was in Alaska, and he has fell off a mountain while hiking. A very popular guy.
Goodness.
So condolences to his family. That was David Schreider. Fell 150 feet.
My goodness.
So that he was, and again, real popular there at that university. So there you go. Let's see some other things that are going on this morning. Let's see. We'll Make-A-Wish Foundation is refusing to grant unvaccinated children any request because they're not vaccinated. I don't know if I agree with that or not.
Right.
So that's one of the issues this morning. As always, we welcome y'all to watch us, share us, while we're on television. And we invite you to come back tomorrow morning. We'll have some more. We'll be here. Tomorrow's Wednesday, am I right?
It is. Well, is it? Yeah, it is. Look, I was writing my son a letter and I lose track. And I'm like, I don't even know what day it is.
It's easy to do. But we cannot do this without you each and every day. And we say thank you for letting us into your homes, whether it's through your phone or on your television or on your computer.
Yeah.
It is so nice that you invited us to stay a little while with you.
I know, and I enjoy it, and we both do. We enjoy your comments. We enjoy interacting with you, and just we are blessed to have you, watching. So.
We'll see you back bright and early tomorrow. Thanks.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by